Oh, it's going. Okay, so I'm Candace. Um, I did one of these videos a few days ago talking about the Arizona Herbalist Coalition, which is a group that I founded in Arizona. But in addition to that, I do some other things. I am an herbalist. I'm a practicing herbalist, whatever that means. I have had my hands in all sorts of herbalism. I've seen clients, I've been a medicine maker, I've worked in an herb shop, I have done plant walks and written curriculum and edited textbooks. Like, I've done just a little bit of all of it. And right now I am in a place where I quit my job about 4 months ago. I had a full-time regular sales job. I learned a crap load in that job. So I quit that job to focus on building a business around what really matters to me. And it has been really freaking hard. I was telling a friend of mine today when she asked if I missed my job that this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I do really well with structure and routine and knowing what I'm coming into every single day. And when you're self-employed, you have to create that for yourself. Now, I am not very good at creating and adhering to a routine or structure of any sort unless there are very, very few options. If I hardly have any options within the structure that I'm creating for myself, then it's usually okay. Or if I have a very clearly defined goal, then I can absolutely do that. Like, I'm really great at planning travel. I planned a 7-week hike on the Appalachian Trail, and I coordinated everything from how many miles I needed to hike each day to the towns that I would be in on certain days to pick up food drops, and then I had an amazing support system through that, and I coordinated those people to send me specific food on certain days. So I was able to do that. I was able to get up every day and know all I have to do is put on the only clothes in my backpack, pack up my camp, and walk to the next destination. So there's not many choices in that except what I thought about, really. So in this process of, in this process of trying to create a viable business that is centered around the things that I am most passionate about in life and doing something good for the world, I don't really have a model, and I don't have a limit on my choices. Like, I wake up and I can really do whatever the heck I want to do every day. Now, the problem with that, it might not sound too terrible, but I am an incredibly inspired person, and I want to try everything. I want to try everything. I just do. I want to try all the food. I want to go everywhere. I want to experiment with everything. I'm just one of those people who wants to do everything that I possibly can. Well, when you're trying to create a business, that can get in the way. Who knew? It is really freaking hard to make a list and stick to it. I don't know. Do other people who've started businesses feel this way? I often feel like I am just completely ungrounded and crazy. And for a long time, most of my adult life, I have been trying to start businesses and just usually give up because I get to this place where I'm so overwhelmed with inspiration that I cannot take steps to get towards one goal, because usually what happens before I get to a goal, some other thing captures my attention. It's like squirrel, what? Everywhere, all the time. It's like that. So I have this list of things that I can do every day. I'm trying to build up this Arizona Herbalist Coalition to be a really beautiful networking opportunity to help herbalists make money. I am also trying to get my own client work, so, coaching other people through the obstacles. So a little bit of life coaching mixed in with some clinical herbalism, but not super clinical. For a long time, I was trying to make a medicine brand, but it just didn't happen. And I'm a really great medicine maker. I'm not going to act like I'm not, but it's just really overwhelming to make labels and package things and figure out how much to sell them for and put them on a website and get people to buy them. It's really overwhelming. So anyway, I'm saying all of this stuff because what I want to talk about today is authenticity and perfectionism. And these are two concepts that have been coming up for me a lot over the last few years. And they came up today again. I had a really powerful body work slash, I don't know how to describe what this woman does. She's someone I went to herbalism school with, and she is an incredible healer. And she really helped me do some inner child work. And the idea of perfectionism came up today, and I think that it's something that a lot of us who are in healing professions, art professions, social professions can deal with. I don't know if social workers deal with it so much, but definitely my herbal colleagues deal with perfectionism a lot. And I have friends in nursing, and just it seems like healers deal with it. Like, it's almost like we come into a healing path to help other people heal, but because we need to heal this stuff too. Now, if you were to look at my life, you would never think that I'm a perfectionist. I don't like doing dishes. I am not particularly tidy. I am organized, but I'm not tidy or even clean. I wouldn't say I'm dirty, but I'm not, from outwardly, I'm not a perfectionist. Like, I don't need things to be perfect all the time. But internally, I have this weird fear about putting myself out there if it's going to be less than perfect. And because this is such a painful part of my personality and my experience, and I definitely believe it's something that stands in the way of me being successful, because I'm kind of smart. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the things that I'm passionate about, and the things that I don't know enough about, I love to research and learn more about. So I have the ability. I have all the ability that I could ever need. I have skills and training and experience and connections and passion and inspiration. I have a lot more of that stuff than some people do, but why am I always getting in my own way? Why is it so hard for me to get a list done? Like, this list I have now is over a couple of different things. Like, I need to plan a curriculum for the backpacking for herbalists that I want to do. I need to find clients. That's not that hard. I need to set up the business structure for the Arizona Herbalist Coalition and design the format for our meetings going forward. I need to plan a fundraiser. These are very concrete things. They're concrete. They're pretty simple. Like, I could just make an outline and knock it out. However, in my experience, I get really caught up in the details, and it's not because I can't do them. It's because there's this weird little thing inside of me that doesn't want to put anything out there if it's not perfect. Now, I know that's total fucking bullshit. Excuse my language. But it is. I know with my highly analytical, intellectual mind that there is no such thing as perfection. When a human who is not enlightened or ascended or, whatever, when a human is creating something, when a human is being a human in the world, it's not going to be perfect because we're here to learn and we're here to experience growth. Growth doesn't come when things are already perfect. And yeah, it just doesn't. Growth doesn't happen when things are already perfect. So I know that with my logical mind. So it's weird to me to know that and then also get super freaking tripped up by this unconscious need to be perfect in whatever I'm creating and putting out there. Even something like a business structure, like the Arizona Herbalist Coalition, for example. Well, it could be a nonprofit, it could be a for-profit, it could be a co-op, it could be a sole proprietorship. It doesn't freaking matter, really. All that matters is that what it's doing is helping everyone involved, and that everyone involved feels like they have ownership in it. So why am I not just making a decision and doing it? Well, I'm really scared that I'm going to make the wrong decision, and that people are going to judge me, and that they're not going to want to be involved with it, and therefore they're not going to get what I think they could get out of it. Like, it's so stupid. That's one thing. Why haven't I written my backpacking curriculum? I know backpacking like the back of my freaking hand. I could take probably anyone who does not have a severe physical or mental limitation out on a 20-mile hike, and they would have a fantastic yet exhausting time, and I could help them plan every detail of it and teach them at least 20 or 30 plans along the way, and if they're so inclined or open to it, give them a really awesome spiritual experience and opportunity for some introspection and personal growth. I know how to do that. So why haven't I created the curriculum? Perfectionism. There is this little voice inside of me saying, it might not be as good as that backpacking company down the road, so why even try? Or, well, if you do it and you mess something up, then the people are going to not like it or they're going to judge you. And all of this stuff is so stupid. Trust me, I know how stupid it sounds. That's why I wanted to do this video. When I did the last one, it really helped me to realize that I was vulnerable, and I put myself out there to make a video even though my hair was a mess and I was really kind of sad and my face was puffy and I had dark circles under my eyes, and I still really enjoyed making that video, and it felt like an authentic expression of who I am and probably part of what my purpose is on this planet. So I've been thinking about doing this one, talking about perfectionism and authenticity ever since then. And so now it is 8:41 p.m. I have been thinking about going to bed for at least an hour, and I just all of a sudden was like, you know what, girl, just do this video. Just do it. So now you have a little bit of background about my issue with perfectionism, and I'm wondering, do you relate to it? Do you also feel limited with your creative expression because it's not going to be perfect? Is there some part of you that is afraid of being successful even because maybe you're afraid of being defrauded as an imposter? I know I deal with that sometimes. Like, it's called imposter syndrome, so look that up. It's sick. It's so sick. Perfectionism is sick, and perfectionism can also be an addiction too. So we can get addicted to thoughts and thought patterns and beliefs about ourselves and thinking in general the same way we can get addicted to alcohol or food or sex or gambling or anything. Like, we really can get addicted to anything. Here's the thing about perfectionism. When you're addicted to that, it's almost like it is inhibiting you from reaching your potential in this life. But it is also preventing you from being vulnerable. And that's what addictions do. And trust me, I know, I've been through my own fair share of them. Addictions exist as a coping mechanism to keep you safe from whatever it is that's caused you pain in the past. So when a person is addicted to perfectionism, which maybe I am, and I am trying really, really hard to let go of it because it's just pissing me off now that I can't get as much done as I want to. When you're addicted to perfectionism, it's an addiction because it's numbing you out from what you really should be doing. It's preventing you from putting yourself out there. It's keeping you safe from possible rejection. That's what it does. Now, I told you in the beginning that I wanted to talk about perfectionism and authenticity. And that's why I mentioned that I'm doing this close to bedtime, and why it's also what I wanted to mention about being so happy having done the other video, even though I was like a shit show, and I felt like I just looked like a hot mess, and I was so able to deliver my message in a way that really felt so good to me. It felt so good. Even watching it and hearing my own voice, I just felt like, wow, I really said everything that I wanted to say, and I felt like I said it articulately enough. And then I got a lot of positive feedback from it. People telling me that I was a natural, or that I was funny, or like whatever it was. And that was like, okay, Candace, when you just put yourself out there because you feel inspired to do it, you don't really get rejected. Now, we should not do things just because we want validation or because we don't want to be rejected. We should do things because our souls call us to do them, and that's what authenticity is. And that is why I decided to show up to make this video right now with my bra straps hanging out and my hair in a sloppy bun that it's been in all day since I got a massage this morning, and a cut-off football t-shirt. Yes, Raiders. Okay? I wanted to just show up as me, and sometimes I do like to make myself look hot and get all dressed up and be glamorous and feel like some kind of a rock star, I don't know, fancy person who has a message like that's going to make people listen to me more. So I'm practicing authenticity. That's the point. I am trying my best to practice being real, practice being me, because there's no reason to try and be anything else. So I am not a perfect human being, and I have a lot of stuff to learn. And you know what? I have learned a whole lot already along the way, and I'm going to give myself credit for that, because I have been doing really, really hard personal, emotional, spiritual self-discovery work for, I don't know, 12 years, maybe my whole life, I don't know, but 12 years of consistent being on this path of self-discovery. So I'm deciding now to show up and present myself to the world in a way that is vulnerable, imperfect, and really freaking me. Because when I try so hard, I might cry about this, when I try so hard to make every possible outcome perfect, I end up hiding the part of me that really is what needs to be presented to the world, the part of me that is my medicine to the world. And every single one of us has our own medicine. Every single one of us has a message to the world, and it doesn't mean you have to have one of those cheerleader things and scream it, or you have to do YouTube videos or write, or you don't have to do anything that we call exceptional or extraordinary or just out there. Like, just being, what I've learned and what I truly believe is that just being who you are is your medicine to the world. That is your medicine. That is what people need. And when you're being your truest, realest self, you are giving so much more than you could ever give when you're trying to be perfect. So I'm making this as much for myself as I am for anybody who might watch it, as a reminder that a reminder to do all the things you want in life. Do them. And put your whole heart into them. And if you have a gift that you want to share or an idea that you want to share with the world, don't put any effort into appearing a certain way. Don't put any effort into trying to make sure you're checking off these little boxes that are imposed from the outside world and that you've integrated with your own soul and taken for your own truth. Just be who you are. And if you're a loudmouth and you have something to say about the terrible things going on in the world, but the people around you can't handle it, do it anyway. Because this planet needs people to shake shit up. We do. We need all kinds of people. We need the people who stir the pot and, get all these people who've been stagnant to wake up a little bit. We need people who go with the flow and are just peaceful, happy, loving people that make the people around them feel safe. We need healers. We need scientists. We need holistic medicine. And we also need allopathic mainstream medicine. We need everything. We just need everyone. I guess this is as much of a plea for unity as it is for you to just connect with your real self and for me to connect with myself. But I truly believe that when we are able to let go of our need to be perfect, and I am not perfect at it yet. I don't even know if I'm good at it yet. I'm trying, which is why I'm making these YouTube videos. I don't know why this seems like a good way for me to do it. Just show up in your t-shirt when you're tired and say what you need to say. When we put ourselves out there in a way that's less than perfect, and we allow others to see who we really are, it's like they can see our soul, or they can see our heart, and they can see all the good in us, and we can see all the good in us. But you have to step back from judgment, So I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of rambling now, but the whole point of this is whatever it is you want to do with your life. If you're an herbalist, and I hope some of you are, and you want to make medicine, make it your way. If you want to be a clinician and you want to help people heal by creating very personalized formulas for them and protocols for wellness, do it your way. If you want to start a food truck business, do it your way. Learn from the people who've done it and learn how to take advice and respectfully dismiss whatever doesn't fit you. You deserve it. I deserve it. And the people in your audience, whatever kind of audience that's going to be, whether it's your family, your friends, your neighborhood, people buying stuff from you, they deserve to see the real you too, right? So authenticity is so big. It's so multifaceted. It's the way that we're meant to show up in the world. It's why we were born. We were born to be exactly who we are and to become the best version of ourselves every single day. And it is hard as shit. I know it. It is so hard. And I struggle almost every day with being okay with who I am. And I'm just trying, You just keep trying. So long you don't quit. That's the important thing. You just spend some time every day remembering who you are by doing the things that you love the most. Listen to the people who have learned, or listen to the people who have done what you want to do so that you can kind of follow in their wisdom. But do it your way. Absolutely do it your way. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to write a workshop and you want to go out there and teach people how to repair mountain bikes and you've never done it before, it doesn't matter. Just do it, Just go do it and do it your way. You don't have to do it the way the person who's been doing it for 50 years has been doing it. You start your way and you evolve. So, I guess that's it. Perfectionism versus authenticity. Perfectionism is an addiction. It's an addictive thought process. It is incredibly prohibitive to your personal success, and it's not fair. It's just not fair to you or anybody around you, because whoever you are, no matter what bad shit you've done in your life, you're probably pretty amazing, and you deserve to show up as that all the time without putting on airs, and the people around you deserve to see you like that too. So, alright, that's a wrap for my 25 and a half minutes on something I didn't even plan on talking about right now. So, any questions, let me know. Thank you.